Friends, I'm Shrikant and I will discuss Nifty's trend as well as the trend of sectors which are like participating to the overall up move or down move of the market. In last say like 1 month, we have seen very choppy trend for the market. It has broken the important support area of 5230, which we discussed in the last comment, and after that it moved down to the levels of 5130, which was just above the 50% retracement area of the entire rise that we have seen from the bottom of say like 4530 to say like 5630, and from there again the market recovered back to the levels of 5380, 5400. But now again the market is completely chasing to the overall strength of bears. I mean to say the market is not able to cross the selling pressure or to absorb the selling pressure which is lying at 5400 levels, and unless and until the market is not crossing the level of 5400, I think the markets are going to remain range bound between the broader range of say like 5100 on the downside and 5400 on the higher side. And if it breaks 5400, then certainly we can say that the market is entering into say like new territory, and in that case we may even expect the level of 5600 to say like 5700 on the higher side. But for next few days, few weeks, we are expecting market to remain range bound. There are like number of say like events lying, and in that say like IIP numbers, the result of Infosys and the credit policy, all these three major events are certainly going to keep the market below the level of 5400, and if there is any specific positive outcome on say like this front, then we can expect the dismissal of 5400 on the higher side, and in that case some more bullishness is not ruled out. But on the downside also the sell off is not intense, and on this lower side like 5180, 5150, 5100, all these levels are very important support areas for the Nifty, and unless and until it is not closing below the level of 5080 on a closing basis, we are not expecting some more bearishness. Sector specific also, if you go through with the trend of Bank Nifty, then in that also Bank Nifty has given say like many times multiple support around 9900 levels, and from there again it has say like continuously trying to break the level of 10500. So for Bank Nifty the trend is very clear. It is also range bound for next say like few weeks between 10,500 and say like 9,900, and unless and until it is not closing below 9,900, we cannot expect further more bearishness. But at the same time, on the dismissal of 10,500, we may even expect 11,000 to 11,300, which we can say bullish kind of bullish scenario for the market. Now we'll discuss the other sector, that is IT, which is range bound, which is again say like not crossing any major levels, but certainly it will attract buying support on declines, and I think in that we have to be much more stock specific, like Infosys around 2700, 2650 levels, for TCS around 1100 levels, for HCL Tech around 480 levels. These stocks are excellent buys around these levels. Out of metal pack, I think this time the metal pack is not at all participating. Sterlite, Sesagova, Hindalco, Tata Steel, they are still at their lowest low levels, and there is no as such any specific recovery kind of scenario. So I think metal sectors are certainly going to follow the trend of world market, which is currently negative, or we can say which is currently under corrective phase. For world markets, if we go through especially with the say like US markets, then I think in that space we are seeing that they are correcting on a weekly basis, and after say like the completion of the correction somewhere around 12,500 for Dow Jones and say like 1330 for S&P, I think from there we can expect one more recovery for US markets. So for US markets also the downside is limited. No doubt that we can expect some more correction like maybe 2 or 3%, but again that will minimize the downside for the US markets, and again we can expect recovery, and overall net the overall scenario of, or we can say the picture of our Nifty is indicating us that there is like a lot of bullishness. But the thing is what, that we require bullishness especially out of world markets and bullishness out of currency, which is currently struggling between the level of 52 and say like on the downside 50. So I think it will spend some more time between this range, and unless and until it is not crossing any specific level, maybe 52 or 50, it will remain range, and it will keep the market also sideways. So unless and until the currency is not breaking any specific level, either 52 or 50 on the downside, it will keep the market range bound. So net we are expecting market to remain range bound above 5400. Certainly the market is a very strong bet, but on the downside 5008 is a very strong support. That's all for the trend of Nifty. That's all from our side. Thank you.